The artist Take That once said this, though everything changes around us, baby, don't you cry, we will be the same as before forevermore. It's in a song called Everything Changes, or Everything Changes But You, as I thought it was called for a long time. And it feels like we're in a world where everything's changing, doesn't it? I wonder how you feel about that. Maybe you're the kind of person who loves change. You love the novelty, everything being new. Maybe you're the kind of technophile who loves it when a new version of iOS comes out because you can download it and see all the new bits and bobs. Or you're the globetrotter who loves experiencing new cultures, and you love sort of seeing the differences in the way that people live. Maybe you're the kind of person who loves watching new things on TV and loves the new series and getting into it. Perhaps that's not you. Maybe you're, the opposite. You hate change. You're the kind of person who thinks last year was probably better than next year's going to be. The olden days were better. You're less of a technophile and more of a technophobe. You don't like all this new technology. You wanted to keep things the same. And you might invest a lot of time and effort and money, in fact, to keep things the same. Because for you, familiarity is comfort. And yeah, I wonder whether that's true actually for all of us. Whether we love or hate change, there's something about familiarity that breeds comfort. If you're the person who loves going off to different cultures, you're comparing them to your own, to that which is familiar. And as you come home, there's a part of you, isn't there, that thinks, I can relax, I'm at home. If you like the new technology, think about how terrible it would be if they changed too much in an update on your phone and you couldn't use it and you had to relearn how to use it from scratch. It would be frustrating, wouldn't it? At least in the short term, whilst you got used to it. No, we love the familiar. We love the familiar because the familiar is reliable. The familiar is something that is known. We can go to it and we can know how life is when we're in the familiar. And that's perhaps why these days are so uncomfortable. As we go through change after change after change, the familiar is changing, isn't it? With each new press release or new 5 o'clock meeting of the Prime Minister, it seems like the familiar is under attack once more. To the places that we used to love to go to, well, suddenly they're off limits. Or the people that we used to enjoy spending time with, our friends or our family, maybe our aged parents or our grandchildren. Suddenly we can't see them face to face. Maybe it's the routines that we have. That routine of going into the office every morning and making coffee, the familiar routine, checking the emails, then getting down to staff meeting or whatever it might be, all under threat as we work remotely. Maybe it's even those groups of people, perhaps even church, that we used to go to and enjoy hanging out in. All of a sudden they're stripped away as well. The familiar, the reliable, is suddenly unreliable. In the Bible, the book of James, written by Jesus' brother, says this to Christians who are going through hard times. It says, every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights. Get this, who does not change like shifting shadows. The Bible's claim is that the one thing in all creation that doesn't change is the Creator who made it, is God Himself. Take That said, though everything changes around us, we'll be the same as before forevermore. And yet we know that in reality everything changes. Even our most close and intimate relationships, those people change over time, don't they? We all change all the time. The familiar will slowly always become unfamiliar. And yet, in and through all the changes, we have a God who never changes. One who's utterly reliable because he doesn't change like shifting shadows. He doesn't move around. Which means that what he says, we can trust. He doesn't retract it. He doesn't take it back. And he promises that if we come to him for forgiveness and love and relationship, that he is faithful. He will not let you down. He doesn't change like shifting shadows. What better comfort is there in a world that is changing all the time, when the familiar feels so unfamiliar, than to run to one who can and will never change? If that's something you're interested in, why not take some time, have a look around our website, or drop us an email, find out a bit more about it. We'd love to talk you through this much further. But for now, stay safe. Thank you.